My name is Jaci, also known as JB on Ravelry, Instagram, and even Facebook if you want to find me. And I am your host for this unique podcast, I guess. I want to thank all the returning viewers, if I have any, because this is episode 2, and all the new viewers, which will probably be the majority of you. Yeah. So I say it's take 2 of episode 2. For this reason. Sorry about the weird and awkward pause. I had actually filmed episode 2 last week. It was supposed to be episode 2. I managed to lose half of my footage. I found this out on Tuesday when I went to edit the video. Oh no, it's bad. Just last week was a kind of crazy, hectic, short week at work because of Good Friday. And at that point, when I found out, on Tuesday when I found out I was missing half of my previous episode, it was supposed to be episode 2, I just figured, well, why not push it back and make it 2 weeks from the first one? So, hopefully, fingers crossed, I don't smack my notebook with my show notes into my keyboard again and accidentally turn off my camera. Then next, do the same thing again, turn back on without my noticing, because apparently I did that last time. And yes, I've done that. So, quick, where does her eyes go thing? I'm filming this on my Mac with my Mac's webcam, so it's at the top, right where you don't see my fingers where they disappear to. The screen, which shows me, who I'm talking to myself at this point, is in front of me, and my show notes and cell phone are on my desk. Everything else is everywhere else. I'm special. Hopefully I will be a little bit more concise and less less rambly with this episode. Probably not. There will still be nervous giggling and rambling and crazy and going off and staring off at things I have on my walls. For various reasons it happens. So much so that, yeah, well, it's a camera. It's not a room full of people. It's a camera. But in the end, I'm here to have fun, enjoy myself, talk about my knitting, give myself a kick in the bum to do more knitting, and if I'm a little crazy, if I want to go back and watch this in a few years or what have you, or a few days, or then I'm a little crazy. I'm just pretty much here to be myself. So, let's get started. I don't know why did I do that? Why? I warned you guys, I'm weird. Anyways, so, that being said, there are no interesting other news to add other than hope. Like I said, I managed to shut off my camera. And it was 40 minutes that was lost. I am really special sometimes with technology. You'd think I'd know how to use a Mac, considering that that's the computer I work on at work. Given that I'm a graphic designer, but no. I still manage to do special things. Anyways, how about we, since this is a knitting podcast, okay, knitting podcast with hints of graphic design, but there's not really any art right now. But always knitting. Knitting is always in here, so how about we hop into our foes before, I put a foot in my mouth again. Or, great choice of words, Jaci! Because my first finished object are these. Ta-da! Yeah! Sorry about that. I'm weird. The Rainbow Socks of Doom. Well, this would actually be better. The Rainbow Socks of Doom. Sorry! Doom are done. And yes, I know I'm fumbling around, but I just don't care. It's my podcast. I will edit what I want to edit. Besides, this is actually who I am. I don't know. Anyways, so, here they are. They're done. They were actually done last week, like, right before the podcast. As in, the podcast that I recorded and lost, I had finished these an hour before I recorded. Just to show you, so this was the work in progress the last time I actually managed to record my progress. And the colors are actually really accurate at this length, but I want to show you the detail. This is a simple 3x1 ribbing sock. So cuff is 3x1 rib, and then the arch of the foot, top of the arch of the foot, is also 3x1 rib until the toes, and then the toe is simple stock knit. The decrease is the knit two together, and the heel is the fish lips kiss heel. This was kind of on the fly, make it up as you go pattern, I guess. But yeah, so these were made out of Knit Picks Chroma in the Groovy colorway. I pulled these for my brown bag sock club for February. Pulled these the first day of February, started knitting on them the first day of February. This sock, which was the first one, took me 5 weeks to complete. 3x1 rib is great for a cuff. I'm never doing a 3x1 rib to the toe again. And just watch me in like a few months. I'm going to attempt to do it again. So the colors in this sock are also very true to accurate. Very accurate and true to life. I can talk. But I do very much love cold colors and cool colors, so the purples and the blues are... I am in love. I am in love with this. But yeah. But the second sock, which I started right away, took me a week, and I think that was just pure determination, because I was really sick of the pattern by the time I was starting to knit this. Not that I had second sock syndrome, but that I wanted to get it off of my needles. Yeah. So yes. So as I said, not only these, so Knit Picks Chroma in fingering is a superwash merino nylon, I believe. I lost my ball band somewhere, so I can look at one of my other ball bands, but I'm in the middle of reorganizing my shelf, and I cannot find where I put my other two balls of chroma. I'm special. Sometimes, but yeah, these were knit on a 1.5 carbons. So, oh my god, the carbons are so beautiful. Yes, I got Knitter's Pride carbons for my birthday, and I knit these socks on them. So, A+ on the carbons, except one of the needles got loose. And, yeah. And these were living in my Yarntasia Splody TARDIS bag, the Van Gogh Exploding TARDIS Inspiration bag picture thing. And, yeah. So these are my first finished whip. And honestly, the notes say, Rainbow Socks of Doom, Knit Picks Chroma, Groovy Colorway, 3x1 rib, and 2 toes, and that's it, so there's not that much information. I apologize. My hair looks kind of weird. So, my next faux are also socks. So if you just give me 1 second while I put these on the sock blockers so you can see them, because they are awesome. I have a bit of a story with these socks. Because they both have to be seen to be believed. No, that is the top of the sock blocker. That is not the foot of the sock blocker. And... yeah. Okay. So here is my next pair of socks. Ta-da! They are Captain... Nope. These are my... I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying. These are my Captain America socks. I call them Captain America socks. I also laugh every time I look at them, because they are my Captain America socks. So there's a bit of a funny story. First off, I'll explain these socks. These are my basic vanilla sock patterns, so it is for self-straping. When I have self-straping and I want to work on socks, because I've done this a few times, I do a 2x2 rib, and I do 1 full repeat of all the stripes for the ribbing, and then I just go on to my sock. So this particular recipe, even though I say it was my vanilla recipe, each time the vanilla recipe changes just a little bit. Sometimes switching between 2 socks. So, yeah, 2x2 ribbing for 1 full repeat, 2 additional repeats of the stripe, a fish lips kiss heel, which, yay, matchy matchy on both socks. And then, yep, all the way to a knit 2 together, decrease on the toes. Also, 64 stitch cast on, and I love them. They're so soft. So these particular socks were made out of the Bissock sock, which is an 85% merino superwash and a 15% nylon. And the colorway on the card did say "Go Habs Go." First off, I'm a Leafs fan. I'm so sorry. But the color reminded me of Captain America's stealth suit, which is why I initially got it for an X, but I kept it because stealth suit and Captain America. And ooh, I dropped my sock blockers. But even though this was the Go Habs Go colorway, it's a limited edition variation of the Go Habs Go colorway, because this is, if you were to order it off of their site, it would actually be a 3-stripe repeat of red, blue, and white. Blue and red. It's something like that. But as you can see, this one is navy, red, gray, and white. And I did ask, I confirmed that this was the Go Habs Go colorway, because the tag was kind of weird on it. So I think this is supposed to be a throwback version to one of the Habs jerseys, which is why it's slightly different. And for those of you who know, the Habs are actually one of the original 6. So saying this is a throwback jersey and having it, while having the main colors, be very different than the current jersey, I can see that, because they've been around for so long. They're one of the original 6, not my team. But yeah, the second interesting part of these socks, despite being a limited edition, non-limited edition colorway, however that works, is this sock here was knit 6 months ago. This sock here was knit this week. So, a few things to note. The heels, though they're both fish lips kiss heels, this one was then slightly different than this one, just because I changed the way I do the fish lips kiss heel. And I think the gauge is slightly tighter on this one, because I made like a million socks between these two for other people who are not me. So yes, my second pair of socks for myself in 2016. And I love them. So yes. Sorry. So yes, that's why I'm laughing. One of the most Canadian colorways I can think of in terms of sports teams, and I made an American superhero-inspired sock out of them. My fellow Canadian knitters and nerds, you can laugh. I give you permission. God knows I was laughing my butt off last night. Anyways, another thing, if you can't tell, not just from these socks, but over here. Yeah, this way. Sorry. I am a Marvel nerd. Actually, no, I'm not a Marvel nerd. I am a Marvel addict. Specifically, the Avengers, and even more specifically, Captain America and Winter Soldier. Mostly Serum Steve. I love him a lot, but you really can't find art of Skinny Steve. But I mean, 5'2", asthmatic graphic designer. Where are you gonna find one of those? I can relate to him. Captain America is kind of awesome. Well, not kind of awesome. He's awesome, but I just kind of relate to the character on a slightly deeper level. Holy crap, I'm a nerd. But yeah, I'm also a 5'2" graphic designer with asthma and other stuff. So yay! That's fun. Sorry. My last faux, it's kind of interesting for my last faux that I have, my last finished object, is this. This is what's left of this. It is some hand-spun yarn. What I have is currently a single ply. It's 100% superwash merino top comb. Superwash merino top. I don't know. There was no specific colorway name when I bought my fiber braid, so I called it the cotton candy colorway. Not that you guys can see it right now, because I really don't want to unwind this tiny ball, but There's purples and blues and this beautiful teal and pink. And I had a lot of fun, spinning this. So the last week, prior to the video I lost, was pretty much me finishing off the Rainbow Socks of Doom and spinning up this yarn and playing this yarn and crying over this yarn. I joined FiberShare, which is a fiber swap, an international fiber swap they do a few times a year. So yeah, I signed up for it, and I requested a local partner, and my partner not only was local, she works at Romney, so one of the things that I did for her is I made her some yarn, and I kept some extra for me. I might put this in my Cozy Memories blankets, I'm not sure, but yeah, not much to say other than that. So again, 100% superwash merino top comb in what I'm calling cotton candy colorway, and it wound up being a 2-ply spin, all done on a drop spindle. So my shoulders were protesting when it was finished, because apparently shoulders protest when you drop spin and you do 3/4 of a braid in like a day and ply it in a day and not, yeah, well, yeah, you get it. So that is the end of, oh my god, my hair, no! Sorry. That is the end of my pose, my finished objects. Let us move on to works in progress. Yay, whips. So the first thing that I'm going to show you, just because it's right in front of my face, is living in my Helga on Wheels bag. Because apparently what you do is say the bag that it's living in. I don't remember who started that, but it was started long before I started podcasting. But this is my Josephine shawl, which I actually remember to get the name of the designer for. So this is, I swear I can talk, guys. So the designer for the Josephine shawl is Susan Gutperl. I think that's how you pronounce it. This is what I have done so far, and as you can see by that lovely green indicator right here, sorry, I'm staring at the screen, this is how much work I've done this week. Because I actually didn't touch this at all the previous week. I just picked this up a few days ago. So I did this much in about a day, between finishing off the Captain America socks and some Cozy Memory squares and some other things that you'll see. So this is actually a slightly modified version of the shawl. If you guys can't see, probably just because I'm not holding it up yet, I've added some rows of violets to make a little lace section, and gonna be fun. I will hopefully be able to show this a little bit more before I give it to the recipient who's supposed to get it. If not, I will insert a picture once it's done. And I really like these colorways. So this is Louisa Harding Amatola in Berries. Yes, the colorway name is Berries, or 103 depending on where you get it. It is also a 80% wool, 20% silk yarn. It is so soft and squishy, and I have actually knit things with this in other colorways and used them as pillows. I'm not proud to admit that, but damn, this yarn is comfy. I'm knitting these on a US, I want to say 6, either 5 or 6 needle. I can't tell because it rubbed off. I need to get a needle gauge. But it's probably 5. And it's on a 60-inch cord. Yeah, I have no reason. Honestly, I can't say why, but yeah. So I'm actually really loving the way this color is turning out with the gradients. And I'm not regretting using this yarn to make a shawl for it's for my former office partner. I switched desks recently from an office type space that I shared with another junior designer and a bunch of QC people to my own private desk, because I'm kind of the production monkey of my group, which basically means I work in the women's department. Most of what I do is like quick solids and core tops and stuff that we always constantly have. Plus I get given piles and piles of projects that are like 80% done. Not because I can't do stuff, I obviously can. I wouldn't have my job if I couldn't do what everybody else does. But I do a lot of more the measuring and the math, which is funny because I hate math. But I do a lot of the finishing works, and I talk with the vendors and stuff like that, and well, not vendors, but our buyers. But it's fun. I also do a lot of plaids. I do a lot of patterns. Packaging is my area as well, and a lot of typography. And I work very closely with our graphic tees and yoga sections. So it seems like I'm the production monkey. I don't care. And I get a desk to myself now. I don't have to share an office. I'm out on the floor instead of in my own little room, which kind of sucks because of allergies. So if I sound like I have a stuffed nose, it's because I have a stuffed nose from work, even though it's been like a day and a bit since I've been there. It just kind of happens. So, but you know, I love my job, and coffee is a great miracle worker. And so is tea. Anyways. So the next thing I'm going to show you... Ooh, I skipped something. Oh, I'll go back to it. Yeah, I'll go back to the other whip I had, because that would make more sense. So technically, I guess you could consider these faux, but at the same time, it's a whip because the blanket's not done. I have this in the whip section. I really don't know why, but So I've added 2 new squares to my grandfather's Cozy Memories blankets, because he is awesome and like the best person in the world and deserves all the comfiness in life. And he is a great man who helped my mother raise me, and I'm pretty sure I helped him lose some of his hair as a child because I was a child. Anyways, the first square that I have added to my blanket, and again, it's in the whip section because the blanket's not done, so I might make it its own section for custom memory blankets, I'm not sure. But this square is made out of... Oh, there's the colors. It's made out of Time Traveler... Because I can talk. I should slow down and just slow down my speech. So this square is made in Knit Picks Felici self-striping sock yarn in the Time Traveler colorway. And this was actually the first pair of socks that I did in 2016, but they went to my brother. They were part of his holiday present. I just didn't manage to receive the yarn. I had to buy the yarn off of my friend, and that was just, yeah. He got them, and yes, they were awesome. The next yarn that I have in here, yes, there is a little pink dicky doo. I know everyone calls them that, but that sounds so wrong. A little pink progress minder to that kind of sinks into the yarn, and this yarn is actually, not only is it hand-dyed indie yarn by the amazing Sinister Knits, also known as Martini. It is her first yarn. This is the first yarn that she ever dyed. She made a pair of socks out of it. Socks. And then she gave me the leftovers, and I just love it. And I've been sharing the love where I can, but whatever's left of this yarn is just staying in my stash at this point because I want to put a few more pops of this fun color in my grandfather's blanket. I was actually on a VKN last night with Penguin Soup, Ginny, also known as Penguin Soups, and Ramona, who I forget her. I'm sorry, Mona, I forget your Ravelry screen name. Anyways, we were talking, and I had the blanket out, and we were talking about minis, and I was just going, and I got this from Romney, and this was my first hand spun that was usable, and this was the DK that my niece's blanket was made out of, and this is the first pair of socks that I made for my brother out of the Croy patent self-striping, and this was the turtle pearl that Ramona gave me, and this was unicorn tail Edison bulb, and this was one of the Louisa Hardy, this was one of the Koigu minis that I had, and this was, and I was just naming them off, and they were just so impressed that I could remember where everything was from. I can't remember the name of every single color that I work with, mostly because a lot of them are balled up, and I just don't remember, but I do remember where they come from. I mean, that's part of the fun thing about a Cozy Memories blanket, is you get to remember. And I know a lot of people say that at one point they're afraid they're going to forget because there's so much in there, but sometimes it's like, oh yeah, this person gave it to me, and you get a smile when you remember, like, they help make your blanket by by sharing the love, by sharing the cozy. Hashtag share the cozy for Eric's. That is Eric from the Sticks and Twines podcast. That is his hashtag, which I have taken to using whenever I mark on my blanket and post a picture of it. Sorry. I think I gotta... Sorry, don't mind me. Oh my god! My cheeks just been horribly red. I'm blushing. I can't... Oh god, I can't even answer a text without blushing. What's wrong with me? Sorry, and I was going squeaky. I also make that on a 1.5 needle as well, and the bag that it's in, this beautiful plaid bag, I actually made myself, and it's not the worst construction, if you ask me. This is like the second or third bag I ever sewed myself. Yeah. Right. So, that was a weird sound. I'm looking down, and I'm just... I want to text more. So... Oh god, I'm just turning redder. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, no, I can't. I just want to respond to him, and he, the person I want to respond to watched the last episode, and he said he enjoyed it, and now I'm just making this episode, and this is getting thrown in there. Hi, yeah, this is me. This is how I look when I answer texts, certain texts. I turn into a tomato. Thank God the lighting is taking that way. Anyways, inside this beautiful bag by Madres Solartres Fair Trade. I cannot pronounce it. It's Spanish. Fair Trading. This is a fair trade company that makes this bag. And how awesome is this vintage pattern? It is awesome! Ugh. I'm a nerd. I like vintage stuff. And fabrics. Anyways, in here, in this bag, and I lost my train of thought, are my Hermione's Everyday Socks. And right now, I just have 15 out of 20 rounds for the rib. And this is in the Diamond Select Footsie in the color 402, purple, turquoise, and lime. Yes, the name of the color is purple, turquoise, and lime. And this is actually true to color, pretty much back here. Isn't it amazing? Yep. So, as I said, the pattern is Hermione. As I said, the pattern is Hermione's Everyday Socks by Erica Luther. I cannot pronounce it. Ich bin ein sprechender Jude. Ich bin ein Jiddisch. I do not speak Dutch. I speak very few words of Yiddish, which apparently is a slightly Germanic language in a sense, and I still can't pronounce certain words. Yay. Yeah. So it's a 75% superwash, 25% polyamide, and again, it's a free pattern on Ravelry. Everyone's and their dog has knit it. I believe Tracy of the Grocery Girls, which, mind you, that is an awesome podcast. Anyways, Tracy of the Grocery Girls is currently working on the Neville pattern by the same designer. And yes, I may have been marathoning the Grocery Girls this weekend, but it is a long weekend, and I am allowed to marathon what I want. And other things. I like knitting with podcast line. It makes it so much fun. And I was watching them while I was working actually on a lot of projects today. But oh my god, when you're watching a podcast and you're knitting, it's just so much fun. It's like you're at knit night. It is fun. I don't know. It seems like I get more work done when I got somebody else like to talk to, and yeah, I will admit it, I am one of those people that answers other podcasts as I'm watching them. I am also the type of person who will verbally answer a question I see on a text on my phone before realizing, oh wait, I need to type that because I have enough of an accent that is so subtle that my phone cannot pick up voice to text for me. Or, you know, if it tries, it's perverted and should never be read, ever, by living humans, apparently. Yes. But, like I said, I only have 20 rounds of the 15 rounds of the 20 rounds of the cuff so far, and I really like it. It's, my first time actually also doing a long-tailed cast-on, and I'm enjoying it. I'm fine with the long-tailed cast-on. I don't have, like, the little loops I normally have when I do a knitted cast-on, and it's got a lot of stretch, but enough firmness to it. I just hope my foot doesn't get... I should have probably done it a little looser, but I was worried. And I look at the spiral pooling on this color. It's like a semi-self-stripy spirally pooling thing, which I don't know if it's gonna last when I knit it up. But who knows? We will see. If it does, that will be cool, and if it doesn't, they'll still be cool, because these colors are so bright and awesome and cheery. And also, I'm doing the Hermione's Everyday Sock pattern, again, because Eric from Sticks and Twine podcast, he's like, you know, I said I didn't know if I wanted to do Vanilla Latte or Hermione's Everyday Socks, and he told me to do Hermione's Everyday Socks, and Eric, oh my god, thank you so much for telling me to do this pattern. I loved it. It's so much fun so far. Although I think I'm gonna modify it and put in a, my brain shut off, a Fish Lips Conceal, because I've never done anything else, and I don't know, I'm a little scared of doing something else, so unless somebody can teach me how to do another heel. I don't know, I'm kind of nervous about doing a heel other than the Fish Lips Kiss heel, because I'm an amazingly strange person. Yeah, so those were my whips. Yay. If you noticed, 2 pairs of socks in as many weeks, and I've already started another pair of socks, so hold on. Sorry, Sienna. I am officially... You don't need to know how much I paid for this. So I'm officially throwing my fancy schmancy hat into the ring and taking part. That was not as dramatic as I was hoping it to be. I'm taking part in the Villenvine Boxer Socks Cal. Hopefully, I will. I've decided to take part in that Cal. That was my weird transition into talking about Cals. So yes, I have 2 so far, and I was kind of living under a rock for a month and a half, not really watching podcasts or knitting. I kind of zoned out of it. What is this? But I found out about it again from, I'm sorry, I keep mentioning Eric in like the span of however many minutes. But he told me about it, and it sounded really fun and interesting. I was already planning to do the Brown Bag Sock Club, which is, you take 12 skeins of your sock yarn and put them into brown bags, and you pull them for each month of the year. So, the only difference is, with the Brown Bag Sock Club, you can give the socks to anybody. With Villenvine Sock Yarn, Sock Cal, it really is for you. It is a selfish knit-along, and quite frankly, I like socks. I like to knit socks. Hell, the majority of my wallow yarn is sock yarn. I like sock yarns. They make shawls and socks and hats and socks and socks and socks, and I said socks like 5 times. Great. Anyways, so I'm taking part in that. For that reason, I actually pulled one of the yarns from my brown bags and opened it and put it in a bag as a needle-adjacent project. Not program. Because those are, not only are those socks for my brother bought the yarn, and then he went and looked at it today to see if he needs some extra balls, because they're a DK weight Patton's Croy bamboo silk, and he goes, oh my god, they were $7, and I actually just kind of stared at him blankly because he thought that was so expensive. Yeah, that was kind of the look I gave him, and then he just kind of keeled when he heard how much I spent on my Captain America socks. But yeah, no, so I'm joining this Cal because I think it'll be a fun Cal. You have to have a minimum of 12 socks by the end of the year, so there is a deadline and an amount that you have to have, but there's no pressure. You can do 1 million socks in a month and then just relax, but yeah, no, it's gonna be fun. And so I have 2 for my lovely Boxer Socks Cal, which I've already posted in the thread. And hopefully I will have 3 soon, if not more. But the reason why Cal is between my whips and my next thing is because let us now transition from the Cal of Boxo Socks. I'm also really behind on other podcasts, so I don't know what other Cals are going on, so I don't have any other Cals that I'm working on. And we will transition into squishies, because I have lovely new squishies, because I had squishies with the last podcast I recorded that I lost half of my footage, and obviously things have happened since then. But since we talked about woolen vines, Boxo Socks Cal, I'm going to show you one of my first acquisitions, which is my box for my socks in this lovely Cal. Dude, that's kind of upside down, and in here we have my socks. It's pretty decent. There's definitely enough room for 12 socks in here. Hell, there's enough room for more. I also got this at Winners, which is a Canadian equivalent to TJ Maxx, I think. I mean, we have some TJ Maxx here now, but I'm pretty sure they're owned by the same company. But I like it. I only paid $8 for this box, and it is gorgeous. Gorgeous in its mind. Like I said, I've been watching the Grocery Girls podcast. I don't know if Tracy hasn't found a box yet or anything like that, because I just finished episode 6 and I'm in the middle of episode 7. So, Tracy, if you haven't found a box, try Winners or HomeSense. They have amazing boxes and they're great prices. Also, I live in Toronto. I actually live just north of Toronto. I'm very close to where Eric is. I don't know if your Michaels have it in where you are in Canada, but ours had like these little photo boxes on sale for like $2.49 each, and there were a whole bunch of neat ones. So if you can't find one box, maybe you can find a couple of them. But yes, I'm just gonna put that down there. So I talked about my box of socks box. The next thing. Bringing up, I'm not really sorry about the crinkling, but I kind of am. I went with my brother to Michael's my brother and I went to Michael's today, and yay! While we were at Michael's, my brother bought a whole bunch of stuff, but I was roaming around, and you guys know like those section in Michael's with like the $1 stuff and the $2 stuff and all that. They had like useful grocery bags, typography and illustration on them, and I couldn't help myself. I got them for like, I'm the type of person that I will also put like knitting projects in reusable bags. I don't care. I have a bunch of knitting like project bags, but I also think like something like this is just as good. Yeah, I got them more for the typography. I'm not gonna use them for groceries, but it's a nice like natural, almost canvasy weave. It's like this weird amalgamation between a cheesecloth and a canvas. Almost has a cheesecloth like almost cheesecloth like texture, but definitely more sturdy like a canvas. So it's a mix between it. So this one says foodie, groceries and foodie stuff, and I just I like the long thin like sans serif brush type thing, and then the beautiful script brush fonts. So beautiful. That sounded like sarcastic. No, I think it's amazing and gorgeous, and I think I know what font that is. We might use it at work. But so there's this one. It says groceries and foodie stuff. The next bag that I got is this one. So this has some illustration on it, and I thought it was so cute. And it says, "Just beat it." I thought it was cute. I also used to be a chef. I worked in the food industry for 5 years, so, well, I was a pantry chef. And I was also worked in a bakery. So I was a pantry chef for about 2 years. And then I worked in a bakery for about 3 years. So stuff like this, I find it, to me, this is like the joy of both of my worlds. It is cute food and kitchen kitsch, and it's like very beautiful graphic design. So I was happy. These are gorgeous. And the last one was eat, drink, and be amazing. Eat, drink, and be amazing. I don't normally sound like this. My nose is a little stuffed, I guess. I'm sorry. I really don't normally sound like this sort of stuff. I know my voice sounds a little scratchy because I went to a movie last night with one of my best friends. He promised to take me to a movie for my birthday, which was 2 months ago at this point, and it just came out last week. So funny. But yeah. All of these bags were $1.50. So, yay. Sorry, I'm rolling up my sleeves. I can't handle my long sleeves. They're just driving me nuts right now. So, I got those. I have more. I'll show you what I had last week. So last week I did have some stuff. I had a few art supplies and things that I had also shown, which I have put away. So unfortunately I'm not going to show them today. But, so this is kind of a twofold of items. So I was in, as I said, I was in something called Fibershare. So I took my Fibershare package down to my partner, who works at Romney Wools. And I mean, guys, who's gonna go into a yarn shop when you're a knitter and not buy stuff? So, much stuff at the store. Yeah. So I went to the discount basement, and I got some things. The first thing I got in the discount basement was this beautiful, Estelle socket Tumi? Yeah, yes. I don't know what I'm reading. So it's the Estelle Yarn Sockatumi for sock or lace knitting. And it is 75% superwash merino wool, 25% nylon. And it is in the amazing colorway 52610. But it kind of looks like a calico cat. Excuse me. And I really like it. It's nice and soft and squishy. And I almost bought 2 of these because I thought they were 50-gram balls. They're actually 100-gram balls. I don't know why I thought this was a 50-gram ball. I am special when it comes to that. But I love it. And I'm going to make myself some socks out of this, I think. Or something. Maybe a shawl. I don't know. The next and last thing that I got in the discount basement is... ta-da! Online. Yeah, that sounded fun. Sorry. I just sighed at the same time. So this is online Super Sock 100 Vital Color. It is 100 grams, 75% superwash wool, and 25% polyamide, as this as all of these are. And it is in the amazing colorway 1207. But if you guys can't tell, because I'm trying to... Okay, here's the colors. It's a really light pastel. Isn't it amazing? It's a light pastel purple and yellow, and purple and yellow are my colors. I love purple and yellow. I have a slightly odd collection of purple and yellow yarns, so yes. I like purple and yellow. What can I say? My hair is going nuts today. I look horrible. And anyone who says I look good is wrong. No, you're not. I just don't think I look good. And my hair is going nuts. The last thing I got was actually on the main floor. And it is this beauty! Yes, these are actually... Well, almost how the colors are looking. The sun is starting to set, so the colors are getting a little wonky. And it is King Cole Zigzag 4-ply sock yarn, which is 75% superwash merino, 25% wool, as they all are. And it is in the beautiful color 1625 Marine. Yeah, this actually has a name, and I love it. It's a little scratchy, but it is a sock yarn, so I don't think I would... I think I actually am going to make a beautiful, beautiful, I think I'm going to make socks out of these. And I love it. So it has a predominantly navy color with pops of lime and turquoise and pinks and purples and yellows and greens. Wait, I said lime. Crud. But no, and some really deep reds in there. I'm loving this. Or is that purple actually a blue? I don't know, but it's nice. And it does have a nice softness to it, but it's slightly more rough than some of the other yarns that I have, so I can't put it against my face. Oh, itchy! Itchy! I have sensitive skin. That was... Anyways, aside from that momentary breakdown, so that's the stuff that I got from Romney. But the reason why I said this part was kind of a twofold, I'm getting awesome things, and I'm sorry, I'm just looking down to grab my stuff. Yes. This. Ta-da! I got my Fibershare package last Tuesday! And it's kind of funny because my partner worked in the immigration offices in Montreal. So that was kind of fun, explaining to my family, no, sorry. Yeah. So it was kind of fun explaining to my family, no, I have not applied to immigrate anywhere outside of Canada. My friend just sent me something from her work while she was at work. And I just want to show this first because it is so awesome. Look at how amazing this paper is! It's tissue paper, and the Queen of England is on it. It's kind of like this old school litho print. It's so gorgeous. I want to keep the paper nice and pristine. Anyways, so my partner did them. I love this. She did a look at her cursive. It is so beautiful. I kind of gushed over the note for a bit because like a handwritten note in cursive with such beautiful ink flow and typography is my like one of my fields I focused on in school for graphic design. I am actually like one of the things I do is typographic illustration, so nice handwriting is important, and it is amazing, and oh my god, it is gorgeous. I'm not going to... Like, I don't know if I should read the note on camera, but it is so sweet. So, I will start showing which. So, my fiber share package is pretty awesome. So, two of the things... I got our hand-spun alpaca from an alpaca farm. She said there was no labels with them, but that's okay. So this one is, again, slightly itchy against my skin, but if you can't tell, I have sensitive skin, but it's so soft, and it's almost like a fingering weight, if you can see it. I'd say it's a fingering weight, maybe, like there are parts where it's lace, parts where it's more DK, but it is a hand-spun, and it's single ply. I think this makes it really neat. I don't know if I'll use it in a shawl or something. I really don't know what I'm going to use it for, but I love it. And then here is this alpaca, and this one's definitely like a heavy fingering to DK weight, and again, I don't know what I'm going to do with it, which is fun. So, like, the last time that I got alpaca to spin, I literally got pure raw alpaca. It wasn't washed, it wasn't anything, and there was this natural oil on it that was driving me nuts. I wound up giving it to a spinning friend who actually knew how to process the stuff, and I just gave it to her with a bunch of things. But that's okay. I also like that they're the alpaca has neutral colors, and this is really reflecting the light of my lamp. But it is this gorgeous, natural, like, creamy white. It's just funny because my shirt is cream, and it's just like, it's so much more creamy that it's making my shirt look white. But hey, it matched my shirt. Both of them. That is neat. Well, this actually matches much better than this. Sorry. Told you, I got weird. The next thing my partner got me, and I love her for this because I've never gotten to play with this sort of thing before. She got me a ball of Perfect Match Regia. Sorry, so this is Regia, Perfect Match, and I'm like, oh, she got me. I didn't realize there was stripes on the inside. So, what these are is you get a pair of perfectly matching socks, as long as you start at the same point in the yellow yarn. So it goes from yellow to yellow. And that is awesome. And so I think I might just, if I am making socks out of these, I might just wind it off, go from the yellow to the yellow, and yeah, you get it, basically. So they match, but then I will have, sorry, my nose is running, so they will match. And I will talk to you guys soon. Hi! Sorry about that! For the pause, I got a phone call, and I really wanted to... And I'm turning red again! Thank you, world. Well. What the hell is... Never mind. What can you do about that? Anyways, yes. So, as I said, with the Regia, with the Perfect Sock, as many other podcasters have talked about, you start from the yellow, and you go to the yellow, and then you start from the yellow, and you go to the yellow, and you will have 2 pairs of perfectly matching socks. My question is, where the heck are the stripes in this? Because all I see right now is the blue, and I looked inside and I saw the stripes that are supposed to be on the cuff, but those are like past the second set of yellow strings, so I don't know where they are. But I'm so yeah, and I know that sounds weird, but I'm actually really excited to knit with these. I may just say forgo the bag and knit these next. Anyways, or I might, you know, knit them for a guy. Like, these seem kind of masculine colors. Maybe I should knit them for a guy. So, that was in there. The last yarn that was in here, I love it so much. Okay, thank you, Naomi. This is so awesome. So, this is from, ow, just bit my tongue. You'd think I'm used to it because it's like happens all the time. So this yarn right here, which is Shilastar? I have no clue how to pronounce this one. It is from England. This is so awesome. So this is indie yarn from England. And I will read this to you. The red yarn is from England and is hand dyed, open in the hand dyed. And the cool thing about this is these were dyed with rowan berry. I think. She said open the label to find out. I think it said rowan berry. Because I don't see what's on the label on the inside. Looks like nothing on the inside. Yeah. So these were dyed with rowan berry, which is a very beautiful red. And I'm sorry for my wordness. And it is soft, and I can wear this on my face. Oh. So it's a luxury 4-ply weight. It's 200 meters, or 220 yards, approximately 50 grams. This is 10% cashmere, 10% baby camel, 40% angora, and 40% merino lamb's wool. And it is so soft and squishy, and I'm in love. And yes, I'm sorry. You have to see that reaction to this yarn, because it is that good. And I love it. I really love the color, too. Oh. Sorry. Angora. But sometimes that happens. I can't wait to make something. I don't know what I'm going to make out of these. And this is such a saturated red. What am I going to do? Fingerless gloves? Maybe? I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. Maybe a hat. Inadvertently dye my hair red, anybody? I love it. I'm sorry, I just love this so much. I love all of my yarn. I want to hug it. I want to throw my yarn into a giant tub and swim in it. Although I will probably break out into a rash because it is all little and does not breathe. I'm being a realist, and I'm so sorry about that. So, there's a few. So, the last two. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. The last two things in my package, because I can talk, are these beauties. These are, the charms are from a bead shop in Dinan, France. So I can't say those words properly, but D-I-N-A-N, Dinan. That was weird. That was a weird pronunciation. Dinan, France, which is, it says, an amazing ancient little town with a wonderful concentration of haberdasheries. Oh, I love that word! I love that word. I also like making hats, and I love the process of making, just reading about how they used to make hats, and like, the Mad Hatter is one of my favorite characters. Yeah. The Mad Hatter is one of my favorite characters in Lewis Carroll's Alice's Adventures Underground and Through the Looking Glass. So, yes, neat tidbit for all of you out there. Alice in Wonderland is just the amalgamated title of both of those stories. And the Disney cartoon, again, was an amalgamation of both the stories in one, technically speaking. And who the hell cannot wait for the Alice in Wonderland movie to come out, the new one, the Through the Looking Glass? I want it now. I'm getting a little excited about this. I'm sorry. And the last thing that was in my package, sorry, I needed to clear my nose, and this helps, so this is a tea. And I'm gonna have to just read this. So, the tea is from the Algonquin Tea Company, which I've had some other teas before at a friend's house. It's really good tea. Peace tea, This is a peace tea. Peace tea traditionally used as a sedative and a sleep aid to treat nervous anxiety and irritability. Accurate. Sometimes I can see that. It contains blue vervain, lemon bulb, catnip, oat straw, red bergamot, chamomile, hops, motherwort, valerian, skullcap, and St. John's wort. So it's peace tea, and I need to take this as a sleep aid or if I'm too irritable. I have one package. I'm saving it for, like, I do actually, I'm saving it because there are times, like, where I'm really stressed at work and I think this would help. It smells interesting, though. Like, and the best part about this is my brother was there when I opened the package, so he saw me going through this list. Most of these are in the mint family, so I'm hoping I enjoy mint. I'm hoping I enjoy this. The last thing that was in the wrap-up was the perfect pair, whatchamacallit? Like, yeah, like, just tells you how to do the perfect pair thing, which I think is really neat to have. So it goes, ready a perfect pair 1. Pull yarn from the center of the skein, cut off where the yellow starts, cast on your stitches as you normally would. With color 1, work the ribbing for the cuff, begins color 2, work through 7 stripes of the cuff, work with main color towards the heel, continue as you normally would until the sock is the desired length. For the second sock, unwind your yarn to the yellow starter, thread cut it off, and work the second sock the same as you would. The result is 2 identical socks. Huh. And then there is a second one, which is neat. Pull your yarn from the center of the skein, cut off the yellow starter thread, cast on as you normally would. Work color 1, knit the ribbing for the cuff. At start of the color repeat, knit the cuff for approximately 18.5 centimeters based on 68 stitches. For more sizes, refer to the table until the narrow stripe of the color repeat has been completed. Continue as you normally would until the sock is the desired length. For the second sock, unwind the yarn and cut off the yellow starter thread and work the sock is the same as the first. Illustrated on the back of the ball band. So I think I have this one, but who knows? So yeah, that's interesting. And then, because everything's out, here's the paper. Is it not amazing? I love this paper. Naomi, my awesome swap partner, where did you get this tissue paper? I want it. I want all of it. I love it. I like vintage designs. And I can't, is this a woodblock print or a lithograph? This is gonna bother me. I'm sorry. This is going to bother me, though. I want to know if it's like a woodblock or a lithograph or something like that. And oh my god, so pretty. Yeah. So that's all my squishies. So adventure time. Do I have any adventure time I can think of? I do have a slight problem. Okay, so adventure time, one slight problem is April 30th is the Toronto Sneers Frolic. It is the day of the marketplace. The day you want to go shop, buy your things with, like, yarn stores and indie dyers and bead stores and all that awesome sauce that comes with it. I can't believe I said awesome sauce on the podcast. But you know what? It is. Hashtag awesome sauce. Whatever. Not even hashtag awesome sauce. I don't know why I did that, because I'm not one of those hashtagger people, I guess. But yeah. So, there's that. And I'm also a nerd. I play Magic the Gathering. Toronto Grand Prix is coming up in April. I've never been to one before. I really want to go to a Toronto Grand Prix. It's also April 30th. And then it wouldn't be so bad if, like, but I was supposed to go with my friend to the Frolic. And she's a knitter. She's also a Magic player. Her boyfriend owns a card store that she works at. She's got to go to the Grand Prix for work. We totally understand that. And I said I'd buy her yarns, especially any limited edition ones I could get my hands on for her. And then she said she'd pick me up some stuff from the GP that I wanted if I couldn't make it. Now, the initial plan that I had worked out after finding this out was I was going to go with one of my friends, we were going to go for half a day, then we was going to drop her off, and then I was going to go down to the subway and head up to the GP, which is at the Anacare Center. Anacare Center? It's where the CNE is held. That area. Well, Eric from Sticks and Twine is going to be there. Carrie, one of the former hosts of Two Tangled Skeins, is going to be there. My friend Shane said he was coming up. I'm obviously going with with my friend Mari. Ginny Penguin Soup said she's going to try and be there. And I know Eric wants to do like a podcaster meetup if he can. I mean, I'm interested in going. And I think there's a few other people who are going to be there that I want to see that are like that. And I'm just like, oh, dear. That is not a, like, go in at 9 in the morning when it opens and leave at noon type of day. So, poop. Like, the more it comes, more, like, and I don't want to leave early when I get to see all my friends, like, in one place that I don't normally get to see on an average basis. But I've never been to a GP. I'm very torn. But I know, like, and I know Magda can pick me up. Like, my friend Magda can pick me up a playmat from the GP, and I know she can get me some cards for my modern deck, which is what I want to do. But I've just never been to one of these things before. But I like, plans for the frolic were made months before we found out when the date of the GP was. So, that's, I'm sad. Ugh. I actually really am upset about that. Ooh. I don't know what I do. I think I'm just going to play it by ear. I was thinking about getting a souvenir of that. Yep, I talk. Was thinking about getting a souvenir pack for the GP, but if I'm not going, I guess I'm not going to get one. Unless I work something out with, like, Magda or something like that, and she doesn't mind picking me up one. So yeah, there was that. And that is just, Although I have to say, I would much rather have that dilemma of trying to figure out what fun money spending fun things I want to do, which might include money spending. Who's kidding who? There's yarn, of course there's money spending. Rather than, like, something a little bit more serious. I think this is a problem that I don't mind having. It's just going to be annoying rather than detrimental in any way. So there's that. Oh! Another funny thing that happened, when I was buying my box for my, Cal, for the Box of Socks Cal, apparently looking through boxes at a winter store, if you're crouching and just sifting through them to see the price, people will think you work there. But, yeah. Somebody thought I worked at Winners because I was checking out prices on boxes. I wasn't even, like, I don't understand. I really don't. The sad part is that's not the first time that's happened to me in a store that I've gone to. That usually happens in art stores and yarn stores. Oh, well. But, yeah, there's that. And everything's been pretty much good. Saw the Bronze with my friend Chris last night, because he promised to take me to the movie for my birthday. If you can go see it, because it had a very limited theatrical release, at least here in Thornhill. I very much enjoyed it. Like, I heard about the movie because I follow one of the actors on Instagram, and I like his acting skills. I try and see, like, I've seen so many of his obscure movies. That's fine. Then I found out that the main lead was the actress who plays Bernadette on Big Bang Theory, and I'm like, oh, that's gonna be funny. And then I found out some other stuff that I'm not gonna talk about at all because I'm turning into a tomato again, so we're just gonna leave it at that. Certain things don't need to be known. That was a real nervous laugh. But, I mean, just in general, the story was amazing. We saw the Bronze. That's what the movie's called. Amazing story, amazing everything, and, I mean, you know, gratuitous swearing, acrobatic sex scenes. Okay, I just said the one thing I wasn't gonna say. But you know what? It was funny. It was funny, and it just kind of... Very, very interesting. I would say go and see it if you can. Do not take little children to it, but I don't think you would, unlike things like the Deadpool movie. Who the hell takes kids to see the Deadpool movie? It's Deadpool! I'm good. Anyways. So on that note, I mean, I don't have any books to talk about this week. Not that I haven't read any, I just kind of forgot them in my work bag, and that's all the way downstairs. And again, I wanted to apologize for that weird stop and start in and around the Regia area of the Squishy acquisition. I received a phone call, and if I'm turning red, it's all your fault, and you know who you are. But that's okay. Oh yeah, it's fine. And I will... Well, there's nothing else. Maybe I kind of want to feel the need to apologize if there was any kind of awkward pauses and stuff, but you know what? That's who I am. And if you want to see a podcast from me, bad lighting and all, because I started late at night, you're gonna have to get used to it, I guess. Well, that sounded mean, but I'll try my hardest not to have them and to read my notes more and more accurately. So yay. Anyways, on that note, like I said, it's the end of my... I can talk. On that note, I guess I will see you all another time. Thank you for coming and stopping and watching the podcast. Oh, should have said this at the beginning. I will probably do a little section before my intro saying don't forget to join our Ravelry group, but we do have a Ravelry group. Anyways, I'll talk to you all later. Later days. Bye.